Hey guys, thank you for watching my channel. This is Perry Trades. Today is April 17th, 2025. Right now it's 6:50. I'm checking the pre-market, how the market is doing. As you already see, I already drew my support and resistance line. Some of these lines are lines from yesterday's swing highs and swing lows. I kept them because also to price buyers and sellers tend to react to these swing points. Also too, if I check the markets, let me go and check the markets. You can see here, let me go back to CNBC. Let's see how the market's doing. So the markets are up in the pre-market. I guess they're trying to bounce back. Today is the last day of the trading week. Tomorrow's Good Friday. So looks like the S&P and the NASDAQ are up. But yesterday was a rough day across the board. Tech stock got hit. Nvidia lost nearly 7%. That's almost like 5.5 billion in export, charge tied to the U.S. restrictions on China. Also, Taiwan, their semiconductor report, the earnings came better than expected, and that also helped boost the sentiment around the tech industry. So what they're saying is that of course the Fed chairman Powell said that he's trying to be cautious not to raise interest rate. Of course, it has to do with the tariffs driving inflation. So that kind of put the Feds in a tough spot, trying to balance this goal and keeping price stable while supporting jobs. So I guess investors are now kind of like nervous about the risk of recession, and even they talked about stagflation. Not sure what stagflation is, so I kind of went online and let me see, see what it meant. So it looks like stagflation is an economic condition characterized by slowing economic growth and high unemployment and rising prices simultaneously. So it's kind of like inflation, I guess. So so also the I guess the Asian markets also too had a good day. They saw gains, also because of the central bank policies, and also optimism. So I guess also too, if you read, because I read a lot of financial news, you can see the Chinese freight shipments that comes into the U.S. are also like dropping fast. They talked about 80 sailings shipment canceled, due to the rising tariffs, and also some are facing 245% tariffs, which is already starting to you can see through the supply chains that that less shipments are coming, due to the recession. Well, not due to the recession, but due to the tariffs. I meant. So anyways, let me go back to my charts. You can see here, it is 6:54. You can see that price is starting to break this support zone right here, and if you notice too, like even yesterday's support and resistance, you can see that these prices, they're respecting these lines, and so that's why they call them price memory. So buyers, sellers, remember where the most reactions took place, and so they're respecting. And you can see here there's this double top. Well, actually it's 1, 2, 3 touches here, and so it started going up. This was like at in the evening time yesterday, and here, this line right here, this is the next day right here. So here, just low volatility. Do I expect some moves here. Probably not. Probably maybe a flat market today. Indecisions. Not a strong market either way. We'll see. You can see here buyers are taking control here. So I'm starting to get my first condition. And so if price breaks here and another candle open after the break of this candle that broke this support, then if I go purely off of price action, then I can put a sell limit order here for 50 tick here. That's just purely off of price action. So if I'm not using price action, if I go with my strategy, then I'll wait to get a light pink background, and then the light pink background here on my two indicators before I take the trade. So I'll come back once I see a setup. Okay, so right before I pause the video, you can see here this light pink here on the on my indicator started to appear. So I have 2 of 3 conditions that are met. So I'm waiting for this background to change. So I'm going to see what happens here. All right, so I'm back now. You can see here we had a break of the support line here. So now once it broke it, now it becomes resistance on top. So if I go purely off of price action, I can, set a sell limit order, which I'm doing right now.
Order submitted.
Now, yes, 2 of 3 conditions are met, and so I'm just going based on price action, not on my strategy. So my strategy, I would wait for this
order
background.
filled.
Well, I'm waiting for this background to turn pink. So I just got filled now. Okay, so now I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna bring this up just slightly up. And I'm gonna wait till my target is reached. Put it slightly above the resistance line.
Target filled.
Okay, my target just got filled, and that was one contract for $250. All right, so I took right after it broke the support and a candle close, I had set a limit order for 50 tick, one contract only, and it filled, and for $250 profit. So now you're probably asking, well, why not get into a trade right now? The reason why is because the market's up. Looks like the structure, the market structure has turned from an uptrend to a downtrend. As you can see here, there you have a swing high right here, went down, swing up, and then down. So it look like we're in a downtrend, despite the market showing a down market. All right, so of course you want to trade in between these zones right here. Right, what I can do is I can wait for a pullback just like here. I'll pull back, and then once it retests this resistance, then get into a trade on the continuation. So I'm not 100% sure here, and that's why I'm not taking the trade. Okay, I'm just going purely off of price action, not 100% sure. So can't take a trade if you're not 100% sure. Now, if I got a pink background, then yes, I would take a trade. But that hasn't happened yet. So I'm back now. So let's see what happened. Remember, I took the trade here. Like I explained to you, I didn't want to take another trade because I wasn't sure whether this downward trend was going to continue, because the market was up. As you can see, the market did retrace, went back up, broke the resistance, went through it, right, and it continued going up to this resistance line, and then it reversed. So let's see. So I still didn't get the background change on either this uptrend right here, right, and also no background change here on the chart here. So as you can see, it reversed off this resistance. So off of price action, I could have taken this trade here, all the way down up to this support. Then I would have gotten out, close out my trade right here near this support area here. So market, it's a bit mixed, because the Dow is down 600 points and the Nasdaq is up 120. Also, let me show you. Let me create a new chart. Let me close this chart, and let me change the instrument. Change this to the S&P. So I'm changing instrument. So now you see here I'm trading the Nasdaq. So here I'm going with the S&P, right? So the S&P, I'm not using the same wrinkle bars, because the S&P and the Nasdaq are totally different instruments, right? So whatever setting I use, this goes for every strategy. If you're using a setting, especially bar size, whether it's candlestick or wrinkle bars, whatever works on NASDAQ, it's not necessarily going to work on the other different instruments. So for different instruments, you use different settings. So you can see here that this wrinkle bar size, it's not going to work for the S&P. No, because it's totally different, because they have two different behaviors. Okay, I believe that NASDAQ, the price moves faster than the S&P. So for that, I went ahead and found a setting that suits better for the S&P, which is I think I labeled it, or is it right here, 620 and 40. And so let me change it. Okay, so this is the S&P here, and the S&P is down right now. So I believe the same support and resistance carried over, which I don't want. So I believe there's a settings here that whenever I draw a chart, then it copies over to the new chart, which I have to change, which I think if I click on properties, okay, I think the setting's not there, so okay. So if I move this up here, got here, okay. So I'm just trying to make sure it doesn't change the support and resistance on this chart. Looked like it did, because this support right here is carried over from, I guess, from yesterday's swing lows. Alright, so this is the S&P. See how it bounced off of this support? No, this resistance here. Now it looks like it's going to go down to this support, so I do expect it to bounce off this support here. So let me review some of the potential trades I could have taken yesterday off the S&P. So here I could have gotten this trade in here for a quick scalp. All pink, not all green here, but if you use price action off this support, could have taken this trade up to this line right here. No, I wouldn't have taken this trade because you would immediately got stopped out here, depending on the market, how the market was moving. Because this line would have been, probably would have been here. I would have drawn this resistance line here. I don't have the resistance line because this was yesterday. Here would have taken this trade, possibly. So I'm not too close to the resistance, so this would have been a good profit here. Here would have been a good profit because it's bouncing off the support right here. That would have taken up to, probably would have gotten stopped out here. Most likely, if my stop loss was tight. Actually, I would have not taken this trade here, obviously, because we're like way in the this is like 10 o'clock at night, so definitely when I'm taking a trade around this time anyway. So just showing you the setups. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning off of here, you know, taking out the bounce off this support. And now today, of course, this background isn't changed, so I would not have taken this trade based on the my 3 condition. But if you go off of price action, just purely off of price action, then once it reached this resistance, then bounced off, then 2 candle closed below the below the resistance, and you would have taken this trade all the way down. So this would have been a good trade here early in the morning. Here, let's see what the NASDAQ is doing. So NASDAQ has reached this support zone right here. You can see I have a background color. Now if I go purely off of my condition, then I would take a sell limit order right below this line right here. But I'm going to wait a little. Again, so the reason why I'm not taking this short trade right here, only because it's right on resistance. Like I said many times, you don't trade into a resistance or trade into support. I'm sorry, this is support. You don't trade into a support, or you don't trade into a resistance line. So that's why I'm not taking this trade, even though I have all three conditions are all met. So I want to wait. So you notice how important these lines are. It gives me clarity. So basically, if I would have gone into a trade like right when this background had changed, even though this is part of my strategy, all pink, and then background pink would have taken that trade, I would have gotten stopped out immediately. As you can see here, you don't, even though all your conditions are true, but you also have to make sure that because you don't know if you're at the end of the trend, so that's why these lines are important, because it tells you where you're at the end of the trend, where the price is going to reverse. So you never want to enter a trade going into a support zone right here, which what happened, it approaches this support zone and the price reversed here. So that's why you don't want to trade into a support zone nor go into a resistance. So you want to be in between or at the beginning of bouncing off of a resistance or support. So that's where you want to take the trade. Hey guys, I'm back now. I was in a meeting, and so what happened, you can see here that a couple of bars had formed after it had broke the support. I wasn't looking at the chart, so I'm not sure at what point where all my conditions were all met. I know the background had changed here, but one of these weren't shown. I think 2 of the 3 of the conditions was already met, so I was waiting for the last one. So you can see here all 3 conditions are all met, and it's now below the resistance. And so I'm going to move my stop just right above the resistance here. And so I'm just going to wait for the 50 tick profit target to be reached. There's only one contract, so once it reached the 50 tick take profit, that'll be an additional $250. If you do 2 contracts, that's $500. 3 contracts, that's $750. If you do 4 contracts, that's $1,000.
Target filled.
Okay, so my target got filled. So I think I'm gonna call it for today. Right now it's 9:11. Market's open at 9:30. So I'm not going to take any more trades. This is just for this is just a pre-market hour. So that's it. I have a few things to do, and I guess I'll just call it a day for today. Again, I want to thank you for watching my video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.